Hey, it's Chris. If you've been browsing the world of DIY home security systems, you've likely seen names like Simply Safe, Ring, and ADT pop up. But there's another option floating around that you may not have come across yet, Alder. It's not as well known, but it's been making quiet waves. I decided to give it a real-world test, and after spending some solid time with it, I've got the full scoop. What works, what doesn't, and where it sits in the bigger picture. And hey, if you're exploring your options, I've included something worth checking out in the description below that might offer a bit more flexibility for your needs. Now, Alder's main hook is simplicity. This is a no-frills, straightforward home security setup built around a 7-inch touchscreen control panel that doubles as your hub. No base station necessary. It feels sturdy, looks modern, and it's refreshingly easy to navigate. Definitely a step up from those clunky push-button panels you still see in some DIY systems. Setup was relatively smooth. Alder claims it only takes 10 minutes, though in reality, I spent closer to 35. That said, everything is guided through the control panel, and once you're up and running, the system is easy to manage. You'll manually pair sensors, which isn't my favorite part of the process, especially when compared to more streamlined systems I've used before. But once installed, it's solid. Where Alder stands out is its 4G LTE cellular monitoring. It gives you a dependable connection, and response times during testing were around 30 to 45 seconds. Pretty reasonable in real-world scenarios. The panel also announces sensor activity out loud, which might seem like a small thing, but can really make a difference in how quickly you react during an alert. But no system is perfect, and Alder's mobile app leaves a lot to be desired. It's buggy, lacks polish, and in one instance, I wasn't even able to log in. While they've recently improved things like camera integration, now supporting third-party cameras like the Kami and YI models, it's still not the most seamless experience. You can't access video feeds from the control panel either, which some other systems do quite well. If app control and smart home integration are high on your priority list, there are definitely other solutions out there that may align better with what you're looking for, maybe even the one linked below. And then there's the pricing. Alder doesn't publish its rates online, which means you'll need to call in and speak to a sales rep. My system came to $450, with monitoring starting at around $45 per month. If you finance the equipment, you'll be tied to a long-term contract, sometimes as long as 5 years. For a DIY setup, that's a big commitment. So while Alder may work well for some, others might prefer systems with more transparent pricing and shorter-term flexibility. Customer service? It's hit or miss. I personally had a decent experience when I needed help with setup, but I've seen reports of long hold times and inconsistent support. Not a deal breaker, but something to keep in mind. So, bottom line, Alder gets a lot right. It's reliable, the control panel is a highlight, and it covers the basics of home protection effectively. But it doesn't quite keep up in areas like mobile experience, automation, or camera integration. For those reasons, it's worth taking a closer look at your alternatives before making a decision. If you're curious, I've dropped a link below that points to something a bit more well-rounded. At the end of the day, Alder delivers competent home security. But depending on your priorities, there might be other systems that check more of your boxes, and you might just find one right under this video.